So let's understand one by one what are the benefits of market segmentation. Yesterday I mentioned that when we talk about the customer market or the business markets, segmentation is very essential because segmentation helps you to identify your target market. At the same time, segmentation will help you to understand who are your potential customers, and accordingly you can channelize your resources to that particular market. Now, when we look at the market segment, for every given market, the demands are different. Now, for example, Cadbury is having a small chocolate, Cadbury Eclairs, which they are targeting especially to the kids and the school going children. They are not targeting the Cadbury Eclairs to any adult or any person who is working in the office or any business professional, because they know that these chocolates would be very much be in demand, especially in the segment of the kids as well as the school going children. Now Cadbury has got other products also. They have chocolates. Now Cadbury Crackle, for example, Cadbury Silk. So these are the chocolates which are being essentially targeted to the youth, because youth is giving that chocolate in the form of gift. They are using this particular Cadbury celebration package for gifting someone else or for showing their particular respect or love towards their teachers, towards their friends, or towards anyone. So this is how Cadbury has segmented their market for different products. Now when you look at the Cadbury, that sauce, the chocolate sauce, now this chocolate sauce is in high demand, especially because those who like to take that chocolate sauce with the bread, for them this Cadbury proves to be a better substitute and a very good Indian brand as compared to Hershey's. Now for chocolate sauce, they have segmented the market as right from kids to the adults, because everyone can consume the chocolate sauce. It's not like that only a given age group segment will be consuming the chocolate sauce of the Cadbury. So for every product, the company has to do the segmentation. Without segmentation, they will not be able to identify the target market. The resources will not be channelized. Strategies cannot be formulated. Ultimately, the marketing efforts will go in vain. So, when you want to have the enhanced profit for the business, you need to differentiate the customers based on their similar needs and wants. And this is called as the process of segmentation. Now, different customers have got different disposable income. For example, if you look at the smartphone of Jio, it was launched especially to target the bottom of the pyramid customers. Bottom of the pyramid customers are those customers who are earning not more than 150 rupees per day or maximum 200 around. So they have targeted this phone to that segment. Although the profit margin is very less, but if you look at the size of the market, the size is so huge that if you can sell large volume of the product in that given segment, the profits would be substantially high. So this is how this particular brand has become successful, especially for bottom of the pyramid. If you look at rickshawala, if you look at any carpenter, any painter, any person who is doing such kind of odd jobs, you will find that they are having at least this kind of a smartphone with them, because it is providing them all the features just like a smartphone can do. It can click the photographs, it can help them to just store the music in the library. It can also help them to chat using the various social networking apps. So this product has been targeted especially for those segment. They cannot target it to the rich class, because rich class will never take it, because it will be a matter of prestige for them, and that is what they are always going for, the high end cell phones. When we talk about high end cell phones, it means they are going for the sophisticated handsets, coming up with a very good range starting from 50,000, 60,000 rupees onwards, going up to lakhs. Now for this same reason, Nokia company is known, because the Nokia phones which you are using today, or probably you know, they have a separate segment especially for the rich class customers. And that segment targets only the rich people with a different brand name that is called as Virtu Mobile. If you Google it, you will find that the Virtu Mobile starts from 5 lakh rupees onwards. The parent company is Nokia only. But they know that this phone will not be affordable to the common public. That is why they never show the advertisement of Virtu Mobile on the during the commercial breaks in any platform, whether it is an OTT platform or whether it is a dish TV or whether it is any other electronic platform. They never show the advertisement. Although Virtu Mobile exists in India, there are 8 stores of Virtu Mobile as on date. Why I'm telling you about Virtu Mobile? Because you will understand that the same Nokia brand, which is selling the smartphones starting from 4-5 thousand rupees onwards to the given market, especially for the lower middle class youth, and all the common public, they are also into this particular premium mobile segment. Now, I'll give you another example of mobile phone category only. You know about Apple mobile phones. Now, Apple mobile phones are considered as one of the most premium brand phones, and executive class people, especially the fad is amongst the students also now these days. Students are also using it. But there is a separate series of Apple iPhone which is called as Falcon series, made of pure gold studded with diamonds, and it starts from 50 lakh rupees onwards. एक फोन की कीमत 50 लाख रुपए है और वो इंडिया में भी केवल 8 ही फोन सेल हो पाए because it starts from 50 lakh and it can go up to crores also. So the same Falcon series, if you want to see the advertisement, you will never find such an advertisement in any platform. They are directly approaching their targeted customers because they have already segmented their market based on the type of product, the pricing of the product, based on the brand features and other things. So they are directly targeting their potential customers. So for enhanced profits, it is not like that you have to contact everyone, then only you will get the business. If you know who are your customer, if you target them, probably the results will be much better. Now, White Hat Junior, they are targeting only the school going children starting from age group 6 to up to 13 years of age. Byju's has recently acquired this White Hat Junior because it is considered as one of the best platform to teach the coding to the young generation, especially the kids and the children. Now, when you know that the target customers are only the children, you can better use your resources and channelize your resources to convince only that age group people who would act as an influencer, and finally the decision maker, that would be the family members, will take the ultimate decision to enroll their student for such kind of coding course. So this is the advantage, and this is how the companies are increasing their revenues. Now, better opportunity for growth. I gave you the example of White Hat Junior. When you know that this product is meant only for the kids and the children, you can target them. It helps you to grow further. So market segmentation can really help you to build the sales. Otherwise, if you can't segment your market, probably you will never know who are your actual customers. Take an example of cosmetic brands. You have Garnier, you have Lakme, you have Pond's, you have Olay, you have Maybelline, you have and other brands also like Chemistry, Faces. All these brands exist in India. Many are multinationals, but company knows who are their target customer, and that is how they are targeting only that particular class. If you look at the Coach bags are very expensive. Normal person cannot afford. So they know who are their customers, and for that purpose, they're targeting only that potential customers through emails, marketing, through direct marketing, and through other means of marketing. They don't want to spend their resources on other customers or on other people whom they do not consider as the potential customer because they cannot afford it. So, in other way, market segmentation can help you to retain more number of customers. More number of customers can be brought in if you know that in this given market, these are only your customers, and if you satisfy them, probably they will give positive word of mouth publicity and they will bring on further new customers to the market. Now, let's take an example of a hotel. Opposite to our institute, there is Barbecue Misal. a new restaurant has got opened. This was the time when your classes just got started in the institute. At the same time, once again, the fresh restrictions have come from the government side to close down the institutions and to run the classes on online mode. But during the same period, everybody was thinking that this restaurant will not get the crowd because it is at that location where the parking will be always an issue. But it actually happened almost opposite. Today, if you go in the evening, you will have to wait for at least 1 hour to get your number. And the rush is so much that literally they have got 2 to 3 people, those who are managing the crowd. Now, anyone who has tasted this barbecue missile must have gone outside and must have given positive word of mouth publicity regarding this barbecue missile, and that is why they have pulled a lot of crowd. So in other way, market segmentation can help you to attract the customers, retain the customers, and get more business. Now, when you talk about market segmentation, it also helps you in target marketing communication by delivering marketing messages to the relevant customer. For example, there are different category of products for different uh, age group, for gender specific products, for example. So when you want to target the gender specific customers, that time the communication will be much easier when you know that this is the market segment and in this segment these are your customers. Instead of sending the messages, instead of promoting your product to all other people, you will target only that particular segment. Now, for example, eyeliner. For this eyeliner, you will not focus on other customers. You will be focusing only on gender specific customer, that will be almost females, and you will not target the males. Now, in this case, if the company has to promote this particular brand, they will consider only the females. This is how they have done the segmentation based on the demographic characteristics, and it will help them to deliver the marketing message to the relevant customer in a better way. So until now, the points have been clear to everyone. Any doubts? Any questions? You may please ask. Any doubts with anyone, please?
No, sir. No
No,
doubt.
sir, no doubt.
Okay. The
No, sir.
examples are clear to you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as I said that market segmentation will help you in gaining the market share. You will be the leader in the given market segment and you can maximize your profitability if you know who are your customers. Now, for example, if you are selling a non-veg product, non-vegetarian food, you will be targeting only the customers who are eating non-vegetarian or who are omnivorous. You will not target people those who are herbivorous or eat only the vegetarian food. So this is the basis of market segmentation. By doing that, you will focus only on the people, those who are eating non-vegetarian food. And in this way, you can deliver the message in a better way. And by doing that, you will be able to attract the customers in a better way. So that will become your USP. Now, there is a restaurant in Vadgaon Marble area. They have a very big thali and they give a bullet to the person who can consume that 4 kg thali consisting of fish, mutton, chicken, and all other stuff, non-vegetarian stuff. And if you can consume, they will give you the bullet on the spot. So they have the bullet which is there in this particular restaurant, and that is the center of attraction. Anyone who is going over there is giving a positive word of mouth and giving a publicity on behalf of this restaurant to other customers also and to their friends and relatives, and people are coming to try that. The similar restaurant you will find in on the road, they are selling Bahubali Thali, which has come under Limca Book of World Record. You can Google it and you will find the detail. So for Bahubali Thali, they are not targeting the individual customers. They are targeting the group of friends or the family members because the family member can only consume this particular thali. And if you eat the entire thali with 4%, they will give you 50,000 rupees as a reward. So this is how they have done the segmentation. Earlier, no one was knowing about this particular Auji Khauji restaurant in on the road, but today almost everyone knows about the Auji Khauji restaurant. So a lot of things are there, and that has actually created a market and a buzzword in the market. Because of that, more number of customers are getting attracted towards that shop or towards that store. If you go in Delhi, you will find that there is a person who is hanging a very large size kachori every day outside his particular hotel, and this attracts all the people, those who are passing from nearby. This gives the temptation, and everyone talks about it. The people are talking in their office कि यार वहां से जाते वक्त वो रास्ते में वो जो बड़ी सी कचौड़ी लटका के रखता है, दुकान नहीं याद है, but they know about this. So in this way they have segmented their market by attracting the customer by showing this particular big large size kachori to them, and this gives them a sixth sense and a temptation, and this licking, such kind of smacking dishes they are making. If you get any opportunity to go in Delhi, please visit that shop. It is in Old Delhi and it is very famous. Now let us understand the basis of market segmentation. When we talk about the basis of market segmentation for consumer goods, means these are the goods which are being sold directly to the consumer for their consumption and not for the resale purpose. So the basis of segmentations are divided into four different heads. These are demographic based segmentation, geographic based segmentation, psychographic based segmentation, and then the behavioral segmentation. These are the four bases of market segmentation, especially for the consumer goods. Now let us understand one by one as to what these bases of segmentation stands for. When we talk about geographic segmentation, it talks about the segmentation on the basis of region of customers, the city size, the density of population, and the climate wise. Now, if you look at Northeast, it is a different geographic area. The people are having different kind of taste in terms of food, in terms of apparel, in terms of their culture. So that will be one market. Then North India, East India, and West India and South India. So if you go in all these parts of the country, you will find that different cultures are there, and that forms the basis of geographic segmentation. Climate wise also, it makes a huge difference. For example, if you go in Tibet or if you go in Kashmir these days, they are selling the shawls made of pashmina or shatush. These are the animals from where the hairs are being taken out, and from that these expensive and premium category shawls are being manufactured. Now this pashmina cannot be used in this climate in Pune, otherwise you will get boils. But there it is being commonly used by the people. They are using that leather jacket also. So according to that, the market is there. Almost 6 to 7 months in a year, you will find the woolen clothes are there in the trend in Kashmir area, in Tibet area. But here, if you come in Pune, you will find hardly 1 or 2 months you can wear the sweater. Otherwise, there is no need to wear the sweater even in those months also. So based on that, the markets are being identified and the companies they change their offerings if they are into apparels and accessories segment, and accordingly these are being sold out. Demographic based segmentation talks about classification of the market or the consumers on the basis of their age, the gender, male, female, transgender, etc., marital status, married, unmarried, divorcee, single, whatever, income status, low income, middle income, high income level, education level, undergraduates, postgraduates, doctorate, and others, and and these are the demographic basis of segmentation. Now psychographic basis of segmentation talks about classifying the market on the basis of the motivation level of the customers. What motivates them to buy the product? What is their personality? Is there any role of personalities in influencing them to buy that particular product or the service? Perception of the customers, attitude and lifestyle. For example, if you go in Haryana, you will find that there is a great demand for sumo because people feel that sumo is a very robust vehicle, and same is the case with the bullet also. If you go in Punjab, Haryana, in that particular belt, you will find that most of the people are having bullet in their home because they feel that this two-wheeler matches with their personality. So today, the consumers are buying those products which matches with their personality. That becomes their personality statement. You say that मैं बोरोप्लस क्यों लगाऊंगा? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं तो गार्नियर लगाता हूं, या मैं तो पॉन्ड्स लगाता हूं, या मैं निविया लगाता हूं, क्योंकि वो मुझे सूट करता है, मेरी पर्सनालिटी को सूट करता है. मैं बोरोप्लस क्यों लगाऊं? ऑल्दो दोनों का काम एक ही होता है, मॉइस्चराइज करना आपकी स्किन को, कट या बर्न से बचाना। बट लोग प्रोडक्ट्स चूज करते समय आज की तारीख में ये सब ब्रांड्स को बहुत ध्यान में रखते हैं, और ये ब्रांड्स उनकी पर्सनालिटी से वो रिलेट करके देखते हैं। उनका परसेप्शन बन जाता है किसी ब्रांड को लेके कि मुझे लेना है तो ये लेना है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यंगस्टर्स गो फॉर द माउंटेन ड्यू, दे गो फॉर द थम्स अप, बिकॉज उनका जो स्ट्रैटेजी है वो यही है कि यूथ को अट्रैक्ट करना। अभी पेप्सी भी लाइन में आ गया है, बूंद बूंद में स्वैग है, इस तरीके से उनका वो हाथ में ये इस तरीके से डब्लू बना दिया है उन्होंने, तो जिससे कि ज्यादातर जो भी कस्टमर्स है वो उसको दूर से ही आइडेंटिफाई कर लें, और एक पोजिशनिंग बन गई है मार्केट में कि पेप्सी पीने वाले भी जो यूथ है वो भी एडवेंचर्स को फॉलो करते हैं। सो दीज आर द परसेप्शंस ऑफ द कस्टमर्स विच मेक देम टू बाई एनी प्रोडक्ट। ना फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अभी आपने कोविड पैंडेमिक के टाइम पे देखा होगा, बहुत मार्केट में न्यूज़ आई कि आप जो है आप ये N95 मास्क ले लो तो आप इससे अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हो। बट कुछ लोगों ने मास्क बिल्कुल आखिरी तक नहीं खरीदा। वो ये बोलते थे कि मुझे इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, भले ही बाद में उनको कोविड हो गया हो। ऐसे कई सारे एग्जांपल्स हैं मेरे नेबरहुड में भी, जिसमें लोगों ने मास्क नहीं खरीदा। इंस्टेड दे हैड ऑलवेज यूज द हैंकरचीफ और द टॉवल्स, हैंड टॉवल्स, टू cover up their face and the nasal cavity, nose area, so that the particular air or the infection could not get and they cannot get infected. उनका परसेप्शन था उस हिसाब से, वो ये सोचते थे कि वो कभी होंगे नहीं, बट हो गए। अमेरिका में एक पॉपुलेशन ऐसी है जिन्होंने अभी रिसेंटली मास्क और पर्सनल प्रोटेक्टिव इक्विपमेंट को बर्न किया। क्यों? उनको लगता है कि इससे उनकी फ्रीडम छीनी जा रही है। तो ये लोगों का परसेप्शन है। वुहान में आज से 3 महीने पहले एक बहुत बड़ा सेलिब्रेशन हुआ एक ऑडिटोरियम में, जहां किसी ने भी मास्क नहीं पहना था। दे हैड अ परसेप्शन दैट वी कैन नॉट लिव इन दिस काइंड ऑफ बाउंडेशन एंड देयर इज नो बाइंडिंग ऑन अस। सो ये परसेप्शन जो होता है ना, परसेप्शन लोगों से बहुत सारी चीजें करवा देता है। अभी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप एक सेलिब्रिटी बन जाते हो, सेलिब्रिटी बनने के बाद आपकी लाइफस्टाइल ही चेंज हो जाएगी। आप एक बड़े से पेंट हाउस में रहना पसंद करोगे, सी फेसिंग, अपना एक असिस्टेंट रखोगे, और उसके बाद फिर बाद में आपकी लाइफस्टाइल बिल्कुल चेंज हो जाएगी। आप सुबह जॉगिंग के लिए जाना पसंद करोगे, साइकिलिंग करोगे, जिम जाओगे। ये सब आप अपनी पर्सनालिटी से रिलेट करके देखने लग जाते हो, और उसके हिसाब से आपका परसेप्शन बनता जाता है, एंड दैट अफेक्ट्स योर एटीट्यूड, एंड देन द एटीट्यूड एंड द लाइफस्टाइल contributes in segmenting the market. And there are a lot of products which are being segmented or which are being actually targeted to a given market segment based on the personality, perception and attitude level of the people and the lifestyle. For example, Nescafe, अगर आप नेस्कैफे का कभी भी ऐड देखेंगे, नेस्कैफे की ये जो बॉटल आती है वो बिल्कुल स्लिम एंड ट्रिम दिखाई गई है। क्यों? बिकॉज दे आर टारगेटिंग दिस प्रोडक्ट एज अ लाइफस्टाइल प्रोडक्ट। वो उसको डेली यूज होने वाली चाय की तरह नहीं टारगेट कर रहे हैं। नेस्कैफे इज बीन टारगेटेड एज अ लाइफस्टाइल प्रोडक्ट, एंड फॉर दैट पर्पज दिस पर्टिकुलर बॉटल इज ऑल्सो वेरी स्लिम एंड ट्रिम। उसका एक अपना एक शेप है। सो ये लाइफस्टाइल रिलेटेड प्रोडक्ट्स जो हैं, ये मैंने आपको बताया, ग्रीन टी हो गया, आपका कॉफी हो गया, और बाकी ये जो इम्यून बूस्टर्स जो आजकल एक बड़ा सा ट्रेंड चल रहा है, ये ऐसे मार्केट में आ गए, और इसके बेसिस पे कंपनीज ने मार्केट सेगमेंटेशन कर दिया अपना, राइट? देन बिहेवियरल सेगमेंटेशन, बिहेवियरल सेगमेंटेशन टॉक्स अबाउट segmenting the market on the basis of the benefit, the usage rate, the loyalty and the awareness state, कि लोग कितना बेनिफिट लेना चाहते हैं किसी प्रोडक्ट का, उसके बेसिस पे उसका यूसेज कितना रखेंगे। फॉर एग्जांपल, एक मिक्सर ग्राइंडर है, एक मिक्सर ग्राइंडर को केवल ग्राइंडिंग और मिक्सिंग के लिए यूज कर रहा है, उसके लिए नॉर्मल प्रोडक्ट ठीक है। लेकिन अगर कोई उससे ज्यादा काम करना चाहता है, डो बनाना चाहता है, सलाद काटना चाहता है, या कुछ और चीजें करना चाहता है, फॉर दैट पर्पज ही रिक्वायर्स द डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ब्लेड्स, एंड फॉर दैट पर्पज द फूड प्रोसेसर्स आर देयर इन द मार्केट। नाउ एक शेवर ले लीजिए, शेवर, ट्रिमर, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप की शेविंग आप कर सकते हो। अभी फिलिप्स ने लॉन्च किया है विद द सेम ब्लेड। सो दिस इज हाउ द बेनिफिट्स are associated with the product, and on the basis of the benefits the products are being sold. Now आप एक कार को ले लीजिए, कार का बेनिफिट क्या है? ट्रांसपोर्टेशन। बट लोग क्या देखते हैं कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा इसका यूटिलाइजेशन हो पाए, और उसके लिए वो क्या करते हैं? अपनी फैमिली के साइज को देखते हुए कार खरीदते हैं। इफ द फैमिली साइज इज लार्ज, they go for the multi utility vehicle or the sports utility vehicle if the budget allows them. If not, they go for the hatchback segment. Otherwise, there is also an option for the sedan class. Now these are the vehicles which are available in the market. Now this is the classification which has been done on the basis of the benefit and the usage rate. Now, the loyalty is also one factor on the basis of which the markets are being segmented. For example, anyone who is fond of uh, consuming the Taj Mahal tea will always go for the Taj Mahal tea. Anyone who is fond of reading the Sakal newspaper in the morning, for that purpose, the markets are there, and the companies are doing that segmentation, the publishers are doing that segmentation in such a way that they can attract their potential readers by giving the eye-catchy advertisement on the billboards and the signboards and on the big hoardings on the roadside while you are going to your office or across the highways. So this is how the segmentation has been done on the basis of the loyalty status. Now, for the same purpose, I'll give you an example of Tommy Hilfiger. They have recently launched their apparel shirts in the market, which has a chip. The more you wear the particular shirt, that chip will store all your information next time when you go to the store, and when you scan your shirt, this chip will tell on how many occasions you have used that shirt. If the usage was high, probably the company is going to give you more loyalty discount. For returning customer, the companies are giving loyalty discount. This is a part of market segmentation activity. Awareness state, yes. Anyone who is not aware, for them the samples are there. More aware, then for them large size packages are available, so that they can not only try for themselves, but they can insist others also and encourage others also in their home to try the same product. This is the classification which is done in case of all the oral care products. The oral care products comes in a small package also, and it comes in a family pack also. For example, Colgate Plaques, right? The toothpaste, the toothbrushes these days are coming in a family pack also. So this is how the usage rate and the behavioral segmentation is there. Many people buy in bulk quantity because they feel they would enjoy the same with the family. Ice cream, I gave you the example. Cosmetic brands have come in the family pack. For example, the body lotion has now all the fast food or the ready to eat cereals and the pulses and all such kind of meals are now available in large packets also. For example, Kellogg's cornflakes, they comes with a small package also, which is handy, and it comes in a large package also, that is a 2 kg pack. The pet bottles of the Pepsi and Coca-Cola comes in a small package also, 200 ml, and it comes in 2.2 liter pack also. So these are the segmentation based on the usage rate. So I gave you the examples, and I hope that the points are clear to everyone. Any doubts so far? You please tell me. Any doubts or any questions from your end?
No question.
No, no,
Okay.
sir, no.
Okay, thank you. So let us now understand what is geographic basis of segmentation. So geographic segmentation involves segregating the market into different geographical units. The division of land into different continents, region and nations, which is further divided into states and cities. It is called as a geographic segmentation. एक बड़े से एरिया को आपने डिवाइड कर दिया जोग्राफिक एरिया के हिसाब से, नॉर्थ साउथ ईस्ट वेस्ट, ये जोग्राफिक एरिया के बेसिस से आप जब उनको टारगेट करते हैं तो आपको पता चलता है हर एक एरिया का, हर एक रीजन का अपना कल्चर है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू डिवाइड the entire world, it will be divided into 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, right? So all these are the regions or the continents. जब आप जहाँ पे जिस कॉन्टिनेंट पे जाएंगे, यूरोप में जाएंगे, तो आपको वहाँ एक डिफरेंट कल्चर मिलेगा. आप एशिया में आएंगे, आपको एक डिफरेंट कल्चर मिलेगा. इफ यू गो इन अदर कॉन्टिनेंट्स, यू विल फाइंड ऑल टुगेदर अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ कल्चर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू गो इन म्यांमार, म्यांमार का एक एग्जांपल लेता हूं. I just got to know from my Navy friends only that Myanmar is a state wherein they eat the dogs also, the pets also, the dogs, the cats, the rat, all the insects which you see on just next to your tube light. They eat everything. Either they cook it raw, or just they consume it by just boiling it in the steam or by any other means. So Myanmar is a country which has got this culture. Anyone who is visiting Myanmar for the first time will get shocked and appalled to see that the pets are being used for eating. So if the dogs get older, they won't let the dog to die. Rather, they will eat the dog. So it will come on your platter the very next day. So this is the kind of culture they have. But if you see in India, we don't have that culture of eating our own pets, right? So geographic basis of segmentation talks about how to segment the market based on the homogeneous characteristics of the consumers, which are almost similar to each other. Now here in India, if you look at it, suppose for example in Pune, and if you want to segment the market for the food and beverage, you will find that people are very fond of consuming that red colored drink, which is very famous in Maharashtra, especially in the Konkan belt, and it is called as Kokam Sharbat. So many manufacturers have entered into this segment now, Kokam Sharbat. So if you want to find the same product in the northern part of the country, probably you will not find the Kokam Sharbat over there. There they have a different kind of juice, which is extracted from the locally available fruits. So they are consuming more of apple juice, more of citrus juices and other things. So this is how the segmentation has been done. Wherever the market is there, based on that you segment the market and you can attract the potential customers. Coffee is a common beverage. Now you must be shocked to know that the costliest coffee in the world is manufactured in Kerala. You can Google it and you can find the name of it. This has been manufactured by one person and it is being sold for 25,000 rupees per kg. And actually what happens, there is a wild cat which consumes all the berries and cherries of the coffee plant. The next day, when this particular cat excretes all the particular berries through the feces, those feces are collected and are being washed. And because of that particular entire transformation of those particular berries, right from the alimentary canal to the excreta, it contains a particular enzyme which gives the coffee a very pungent flavor. Because of that, the coffee is in great demand and it is being sold for 25,000 rupees per kg because the output is very less. Because in a day, the cat can consume only 1 kg or 2 kg of the berries. You cannot make the cat to consume 50 kg of berries. And because the output is less, therefore, the price is very high. Now, you must be knowing about the cappuccino coffee, the cappuccino brand
Yes,
coffee.
sir.
Do you know how the cappuccino is being manufactured?
No, sir.
There is an animal in Africa which consumes these berries, and once the animal excretes those particular berries, which are undigested berries, through the excreta, these feces are collected and these feces are being washed and then processed, and then you get the cappuccino, which is the strongest flavor of the coffee in the world today. So, coffee is a common beverage in south of India, while tea is more prevalent in north of India. Hindustan Unilever exploited this difference to market the Brook Bond tea and Lipton tea along with the brew coffee. So this is the example of geographic segmentation. When you look at it, tea is very much prevalent in North India. People are very much fond of uh, consuming the tea. And if you go in south of India, for example, if you go in Kerala, if you go in Coimbatore, if you go in Chennai, you will everywhere found that they are selling the coffee only. So what they are doing is एक पानी में कॉफी को उबालते रखते हैं, एक जगह पे वो पानी उसको छानते हैं और छानने के बाद ऊपर से दूध डाल देते हैं और आपको वो कॉफी तैयार है. आप कभी भी जाइए साउथ इंडिया में, आपको मैक्सिमम कॉफी मिलेगी. और इसीलिए हिंदुस्तान यूनिलीवर ने अपने 3 ब्रांड्स को सक्सेसफुली मार्केट किया है और ये ब्रांड्स आपके सामने हैं, ब्रूक बॉन्ड टी, लिप्टन टी एंड द ब्रू कॉफी. Now, Discovery Channel has introduced their channels in Hindi, Bangla, Kannada, and in all other regional languages in India. That is an example of geographic based segmentation. आप Discovery में जाइए, History Channel में जाइए, आप नेशनल ज्योग्राफिक में जाइए, एनिमल प्लैनेट पे जाइए, आपको पता चलेगा कि हर एक रीजन के हिसाब से उसकी लैंग्वेज चेंज हो रही है. राइट. ज्योग्राफिक बेस्ड सेगमेंटेशन का दूसरा एग्जांपल भी है कोलगेट. जिस भी कंट्री में जहां कहीं पर भी कोलगेट जाता है, उस जगह की लैंग्वेज के हिसाब से वो प्रोडक्ट की मार्केटिंग करता है. प्रोडक्ट की पैकेजिंग के ऊपर जो भी नाम लिखा होता है वो उस लोकल लैंग्वेज पे होता है. स्पेन में एक बार कोलगेट ब्रांड गया और स्पेन में जाकर फेल हो गया. उसका रीजन ये था कि स्पेनिश लैंग्वेज में कोलगेट का मीनिंग होता है गो एंड हैंग योरसेल्फ, एंड दैट वाज इन कमांड लैंग्वेज. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट रीजन the people have started boycotting the Colgate by the time they realized it was too late. तो कई बार नाम का भी असर पड़ता है. हर एक नाम का, हर एक चीज का अलग मीनिंग निकलता है अलग लैंग्वेज में. बट स्टिल आप अगर देखेंगे तो सेगमेंटेशन के बेस, ज्योग्राफिक बेस सेगमेंटेशन में मैंने आपको कॉफी टी का एग्जांपल दिया, डिस्कवरी चैनल का एग्जांपल दिया, कोलगेट का दिया। हर मार्केट में आप जाएंगे आपको ज्योग्राफिक बेसिस ऑफ सेगमेंटेशन के बेसिस पे आपको इवन मोबाइल फोन के केस में भी दिखेगा। सस्ते वाले मोबाइल फोन जो भी होते हैं किसी भी ब्रांड के, वो आपको रूरल मार्केट में दिखेंगे। जितने महंगे मोबाइल फोन होते हैं वो आपको सिटीज में और ऐसी जगह पर मिलेंगे, प्राइम लोकेशन पे, जहां पर कस्टमर का फुटफॉल जनरली ज्यादा होता है, जहां पर ज्यादा कस्टमर आते हैं जिनकी इनकम कंसिडरेबली हाई होती है एज कंपेयर टू द रूरल कस्टमर्स, और जिनको टेक्नोलॉजी की समझ होती है। नाउ consumers in a market have a different demographic characteristics such as age, gender, income, religion, education, and occupation. These characteristics are easy to measure and are therefore most frequently used by the marketers. Age-based classification produces the segments such as infants, kids, teenagers, adults, and senior citizens. अभी आपने सुना होगा छोटा भीम के बहुत सारे एक्सेसरीज और टॉयज आ रहे हैं। छोटा भीम के जितने भी एक्सेसरीज और टॉयज हैं ये सब कार्टून चैनल पे दिखाए जाते हैं, वो आपके चैनल्स पे, न्यूज चैनल पे नहीं दिखाएंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि उनको मालूम है उनके टारगेट कस्टमर न्यूज नहीं सुनेंगे, उनके टारगेट कस्टमर कार्टून देखेंगे। इसलिए वो सारे के सारे प्रोडक्ट आपको किड्स और इन्फेंट से रिलेटेड जो भी प्रोडक्ट है मोस्टली आपको वहां पर दिखेंगे। टीनेजर से रिलेटेड प्रोडक्ट आपको नॉर्मल जो भी चैनल्स हैं, हिस्ट्री चैनल, आपका ये डिस्कवरी चैनल, आपका बाकी नेशनल ज्योग्राफिक, या ऐसे जो भी एडवेंचर से रिलेटेड चैनल होते हैं, या अदरवाइज जो कॉमन जो आपके कमर्शियल ब्रेक्स जाते हैं, जो नॉर्मल चैनल्स हैं, स्टार प्लस जी, आपको हर जगह पर दिखेगा। टीनेजर से रिलेटेड प्रोडक्ट, एडल्ट से रिलेटेड प्रोडक्ट्स आपको मोस्टली इसकी मार्केटिंग या इसके एडवर्टीजमेंट आपको न्यूज चैनल्स में ज्यादा दिखेंगे, या आपको ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म पे आपको दिखेंगे, या आपको ये कमर्शियल ब्रेक ये जो आते हैं सीरियल्स के बीच में, जो सास बहू वाले जो सीरियल शाम को चालू हो जाते हैं, उसमें आपको ज्यादा दिखेंगे। सीनियर सिटीजन से रिलेटेड प्रोडक्ट भी आपको उसी में दिखेंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि सीनियर सिटीजन भी घर में बैठ के वो सारे सीरियल देखते हैं, वो सब न्यूज देखते हैं। पतंजलि की तो एक अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी है, दे नेवर गिव द एडवर्टीजमेंट इन द कमर्शियल ब्रेक ऑफ द ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म, दे ऑलवेज चूज द न्यूज चैनल फॉर प्रमोटिंग देयर प्रोडक्ट। सो उन्होंने वो सेगमेंटेशन करके रखा है। Now, gender specific segmentation, gender based segmentation easily divides the market into to identify what products and services would typically appeal to these groups. Gender based segmentation में आपका cosmetic brands आ जाता है, ठीक है। जेंडर बेस्ड सेगमेंट्स में आपका स्पोर्ट्स रिलेटेड इक्विपमेंट्स एंड एक्सेसरीज आ जाते हैं सारे। जेंडर बेस्ड सेगमेंटेशन में आपकी इवन व्हीकल भी आ जाते हैं, ऑटोमोबाइल व्हीकल्स। जेंडर बेस्ड सेगमेंटेशन में आपके क्लोथिंग, अपैरल्स एंड एक्सेसरीज, ये सारी चीजें आ जाते हैं। इवन लाइफस्टाइल रिलेटेड प्रोडक्ट्स, द पैकेज फूड्स, ये सारी चीजें आ जाती हैं। इवन आज अगर आप देखेंगे तो कॉम्प्लान जो है वो लैक्टेटिंग एंड प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन के लिए एक अलग से प्रोडक्ट निकाला है ग्लैक्सो स्मिथ क्लाइन ने, और बाकी ये जो यंगस्टर्स हैं, ग्रोइंग चिल्ड्रन हैं, उनके लिए अलग कॉम्प्लान निकाला है। एक वो जो 30 क्रॉस कर देते हैं एज ग्रुप के लोग, उनके लिए अलग प्रोडक्ट निकाला गया है। तो ये एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, राइट, कि एज के बेसिस पे, जेंडर के बेसिस पे आपको किस तरीके से लोगों को अट्रैक्ट करना है। नाउ इनकम बेस्ड सेगमेंटेशन टॉक्स अबाउट how to classify the markets of the consumers based on their income. Now, HUL markets 3 variants of the detergent powder: Wheel, Surf, and Surf Excel, that targets the economy, middle, and top end market respectively. तो Wheel जो है वो किसको टारगेट करते हैं? जो लोअर इनकम ग्रुप के लोग हैं, राइट। आपका अगर सर्फ है तो वो मिडिल इनकम ग्रुप के लोगों को टारगेट किया जाएगा। एंड देन सर्फ एक्सेल जो है दैट इज बीन टारगेटेड टू द टॉप एंड लेवल ऑफ द मार्केट, जो कस्टमर्स हायर मिडिल क्लास रेंज में आते हैं या रिच कैटेगरी में आते हैं, जो अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि महंगा होता है डिटर्जेंट पाउडर। तो ये एक तरीके का इनकम बेस्ड क्लासिफिकेशन है, राइट। सो आई विल एंड ओवर हियर।